Up until recently, AI music generators hit a hard ceiling at about 30 seconds. They could produce a catchy, short-term loop, but the moment you tried to extend that output into a full track, the harmonic logic collapsed. This diagram shows the core engineering flaw of older systems. They relied on autoregressive models, which meant they tried to predict the audio waveform one tiny sample at a time. Because every new prediction was based on the previous one, tiny math errors compounded. By the 1-minute mark, the audio degraded into structural static. That mathematical decay relegated AI audio to a role as generic muzak. It was suitable for short social media clips, but professional producers found it unusable for serious composition. An algorithm limited to guessing the very next note remains a mimic of sound waves rather than a composer of music. Google DeepMind engineered the Lyria 3 family of models specifically to bypass that sequential bottleneck. This system generates up to 3 full minutes of composition, delivered in studio-grade 48 kHz stereo audio. To see how it achieves that duration, we look at this animation of latent diffusion. Notice these scattered audio data points compressing into a dense core. Lyria 3 converts the audio data into a compressed representation known as a latent space. This allows the model to process the song's entire mathematical architecture all at once, rather than guessing note by note. Operating in this compressed latent space upgrades the AI from a generator of random loops into a deliberate structural composer. You don't even need to type a text prompt to start the composition process. Lyria 3 can read multimodal visual inputs, using images or video as the initial seed for a track. The model scans the image's variables. It translates a warm color palette and soft lighting into the acoustic parameters for ambient chords. Conversely, it calculates the high contrast lighting of a crowded city street into a high BPM electronic beat. You can upload a sequence of up to 10 images at once. The system reads the progression of those visual frames to map out exactly how the track's dynamics and emotional arc should evolve over time. By pulling parameters directly from lighting, color, and subject matter, the model converts visual storytelling into a calculated musical foundation. When artists need to test those foundations quickly, they use a variant called Lyria 3 Clip. It is optimized for speed, generating dozens of 30-second iterations so a creator can find a specific vibe. For faster feedback, developers can tap into the Lyria Real-Time API, opening a two-way connection that streams live audio continuously. While that audio is actively playing, users can feed the model new variables. You can instantly shift the beats per minute, dial up the note density, or increase the acoustic brightness. The track adjusts on the fly. This rapid-fire workflow replaces the struggle of the blank page with an interactive digital jam session. Once the initial sketch is ready, the workflow moves to the flagship model, Lyria 3 Pro, which operates entirely around structural awareness. This timeline illustrates how users architect a 3-minute song by inputting timecodes to dictate the intro, chorus, and bridge. The model obeys these boundaries to build musical tension and locks custom lyrics phonetically to precise beats within those predefined blocks. Lyria 3 Pro executes a multi-stage architectural blueprint with mathematical precision. Because it offers that level of precision, Lyria 3 integrates into professional workflows, powering collaborative platforms like ProducerAI. Producers integrate these tools by extracting AI-generated MIDI stems, the raw note data, and pulling them into their own digital audio workstations for manual fine-tuning. At the enterprise level, organizations plug into Vertex AI to scale this up. A studio can batch generate hundreds of adaptive audio tracks to populate a massive video game environment. The technology proves its maturity by vanishing into the background. It becomes a standard piece of infrastructure for professional musicians and developers. Pushing AI generation into professional studios requires guardrails to protect human artists. The system employs filters that prevent the model from mimicking the distinct vocal signatures of copyrighted singers. To ensure transparency, Google deploys a digital watermark called SynthID. Look at this magnified audio wave. The system embeds this imperceptible signature directly into the 48 kHz output. It is mathematically robust, surviving heavy compression, speed alterations, and EQ filtering, remaining completely readable to verification tools. By combining studio-grade fidelity, structural control, and verifiable provenance, Lyria 3 acts as an amplifier for human creativity, redefining the modern digital studio.